Hello, today we'll be discussing buying and selling. This game is a very expensive hobby with many players spending thousands of dollars in this game. Now, you personally do not have to spend $1,000 in this game to enjoy it, but there are a couple things you need to keep note on. How do you get the cards? One way is by buying the official products through booster boxes, side sets, and structure decks. By buying any three of the same structure deck, like the recently released Dark World, Cyber Dragons, or Traffic structure decks, you'll get a playable deck at under $40. If you do plan on buying booster boxes, please do research on them first if there are cards inside the booster box that you really want to play or are interested in getting. Also, you have to accept the fact that you might not pull every card you need to build the deck you want. If you're planning on building a pure Therion deck, there's a real possibility that you might not even pull the best Therion card in the set, and you'd be in the negatives in terms of value and what you spent. While there's always a possibility of you profiting, opening booster boxes might grant you a net positive or negative sometimes. If there's a deck you specifically want to play but it's not in a structure deck and you don't want to take risks buying a booster box or a case, then you can follow the path that many players walk on, and that is by buying Yu-Gi-Oh singles. You can go to your local card shop, provide a list of cards you would be interested in buying, then depending on what's available in their inventory, you can right then and there buy the cards you want. Every card shop has a different inventory, so be wary on where you go. If you don't want the hassle of traveling to card shops to buy the cards you want, you can always go online and buy the cards. While there are some people who can go to Amazon or eBay to buy certain cards, many players buy their cards on sites like TCG Player. TCG Player is where you can type out the cards you are looking for exactly, find a seller that has the cards you want, pay the cards at the checkout, and hopefully, your cards are mailed to you safely to your home in the next week. If you do buy on TCG Player, please always optimize your shopping carts and make sure the seller you are buying the cards from are from verified sellers. Too often someone buys a card and the cards never reach their place and are instead sent to someone else's home. Many players will actually spend more money on cards than they actually play, so many players become sellers on TCG Player. Card prices fluctuate on a daily basis depending on rarity and competitive viability. One moment a card can be worth $100, then it can drop down to $40. Be smart with your money and be sure to budget yourself correctly. If you know a card is going to be reprinted, then don't buy a card until the reprint comes out. Oftentimes, powerful cards like Access Code Talker are listed at a very large price, but after it gets reprinted, it has become a lot more affordable. There are sites other than TCG Player that provide good online services like Tier 0 Games and Toad & Troll. Now, if you're going to sell your cards at a local card shop or at a vendor at a Yu-Gi-Oh event, here are a couple things you need to keep in mind. First off, selling to a real person is a lot more convenient and you don't have to wait potentially months just to get rid of a card and make a buck when trying to sell it online on TCG Player. These sellers also have plenty of good deals where you can get good cards at really cheaper prices. But once again, this depends on the seller though. Some sellers will overcharge for cards. Almost every seller will undercut you when they are trying to go buy a card off you. They will never buy a card at full value if you are selling one. You have to barter with them to get the money you want from selling. These sellers need to do this because card selling is a business and they need to undercut you in order to put food on their table for themselves. It is also very competitive among sellers, as many of them have at one point been scammed into overpaying for a card at one point. So they might come off as cold or scummy sometimes, but it is a business, and if these sellers had infinite finite money, they would be willingly be able to go buy the cards for full price if you're selling one to them. Buying and selling cards are an integral part of the Yu-Gi-Oh community. You can enjoy the game any way you want, but if you are new to the game, please make a budget, go to your local card shop, and see if you can find good deals. Sometimes you can go online and find even better deals. Be smart with your money as you buy, sell, and trade cards. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you want to. Hopefully you're paying attention. So until next time, see you later.